defenses have solved the riddle that is Lamar Jackson. Here he is talking about Josh and Lamar. Take a listen.
This is the thing about Josh Allen that, like, I don't think the league has truly figured him out. Lamar, honestly, you bring a 5-man rush on him and collapse that pocket, he's drifting backwards, and unfortunately, he might make a play that isn't going to be the best play for the Ravens. I think you figured out Lamar. You come after him, bro.
Okay, that's fair or foul?
I'm going to be nice to Charles Omenihu.
Super Bowl champion, Charles.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nice to him. I can understand how he, as a member of the Chiefs for the last 3 years, feels like we had Lamar figured out. Now, I think some of that also was just Lamar not playing well in the big moments. But the Chiefs have had their way with Lamar. Even last year in the regular season, they've beaten him. Josh has obviously played well, lost in shootouts to the Chiefs or beat them in the regular season. But it's just ridiculous to say the league's. 2 years ago, Lamar had 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 119.6 passer rate.
Pre-figured out, though.
So that's what I'm wondering. When did they figure him out? So last year in the first 4 games, remember, he had 9 touchdowns, and this was against Detroit, Buffalo. The Buffalo game, he was great, and Derrick Henry fumbled, and, they collapsed. Detroit, he played well. He had 9 touchdowns, 0 picks in the first 3 games. Kansas City, again, plays so-so. Then the next 2 games, he has like 5 touchdowns, no picks. So he had 15 touchdowns, 1 pick last year in the first 6 games. Then I think where he struggled was the injuries, the sicknesses, he's not practicing. And then when he comes back late in the season and he's healthy, we think, he plays well. The Pittsburgh game, 3 touchdown passes, obviously makes the great throws to like Isaiah Likely, Zay Flowers. They have a chance to win, and then the kicker misses the field goal. So, I get it. Lamar was down last year, but I think to say the league's figured him out obviously is ridiculous. But as a Chief, I understand why he would put Josh ahead of Lamar.
Yeah, you could talk about that way about any quarterback that's had a down season. Has the league figured out Patrick Mahomes? Right. Hey, maybe they have, because he's had some down seasons. So I guess he's been figured out. And look, if you can keep Lamar in the pocket, that's the best case scenario. But one of the things about Lamar is his unpredictability is the hardest thing, because you don't know what he's going to do with the ball. You don't know when he's going to escape, when he's going to stay in, when he's going to buy time and throw it down the field. He doesn't follow a consistent pattern. So to say that maybe that's what he's saying is you're attempting to get consistency out of him, but there's a lot of times defensively where you're trying to do certain things, and you think that as long as you do that, you're going to be in great shape. I don't know how many times I've said to Nick, you got to keep Mahomes in the pocket, but he finds a way to do it. So maybe they just haven't had as much success, keeping Josh Allen in the pocket, and that's why they haven't figured him out. It just seems a little unfair on a down season to now give him the moniker of they figured him out, and you cite all those numbers, and there's other good quarterbacks that have had down seasons where people haven't said, oh yeah, we've got the formula to stop them.
Well, I think a lot of guys, when their first time they have a down year, people say the blueprint's out. I remember when we were still in boxes, the blueprint was out on Mahomes. 3 Super Bowl appearances and MVP ago. It's like, you played too high. Like, so people saying the blueprint's out is not, unique or to Lamar. And I think this is painted in too broad of strokes. But what he described, we can all visualize exactly what he's talking about. And it's not just games against the Chiefs, where Lamar does start prematurely backpedaling the playoff game against Buffalo and set the ball on the ground.
But their playoff game, which is the point of him in big games.
So is it figured out? Is it in the playoff games he gets tight individually? I'm not sure. Everyone can have their own opinion.
There's not a ton of regular season games.
No, there's not. But the point I'm making is what he is specifically describing. We all know exactly what he's talking about and can think of multiple moments like that from Lamar. And if you listen to more of it, he does say, he's like, but if he breaks through, like he's gone, And that is, to me, the question mark for Lamar going into next year, because this past year, and a little bit the year before, but certainly this past year, he was just so much more hesitant to be like, stop and put his foot in the ground and go run.
Yeah. So just to be perfectly clear, the entire exchange with Charles was pretty ridiculous. I mean, he was making such outlandish claims, like the 2023 49ers roster was better than the Philadelphia Eagles roster. And yet the Eagles demolished the Chiefs, and because, you know, this was when Charles was still on Kansas City, it's just funny because then you have to ask, well, which one is it? So they weren't some unbeatable super team, but they still blew you out. And then the 49ers were supposedly the better team, but they couldn't get the win, so which conversation do you actually want to have there? And I was genuinely thinking about pulling a clip of that just so I could say, listen, just because you're in the NFL, just because you played at that level, doesn't mean you automatically know what you're talking about. People like to talk. They enjoy hearing themselves speak and being out there, and I think when you're trying to offer genuine analysis, there's a responsibility to be as informed and accurate as possible. And not everyone brings that. Not everyone actually cares about being accurate, because it doesn't matter to them. They just say whatever comes to mind. But this particular discussion here, it's not about the league having solved Lamar Jackson while still being baffled by Josh Allen. That's not what this is really about. What this really comes down to is simply that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. That's the core of it. That's what everything boils down to. And I hate that we constantly have to have this forced comparison, especially recently between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And here's what I'll tell you right now. When Josh Allen loses to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, in 2024, in 2023, and so on, no player on the Chiefs side ever says, Josh Allen just can't get it done. He's not good enough. Not a single guy on that field feels that way. Not one. But yet there are some players out there who will say, Lamar Jackson didn't get it done. Lamar Jackson wasn't good enough. And I think that's what I find more interesting. That sentiment comes even from the players themselves, not the media. Not the media, so don't twist this into something it's not. Don't turn this conversation into something else entirely. But there is a genuine feeling of, I can go into battle with Josh Allen in a way that I can't necessarily do with Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but that's my read on it. And if you're watching this and you're a Ravens fan, a Lamar fan, don't come after me claiming I'm minimizing Lamar or that I hate him. I posted 2 videos just this past weekend defending Lamar. They said he'll never win a Super Bowl, and Colin said the Ravens should be ready to draft a quarterback next year. So don't come at me with any accusations of Lamar Jackson hate or anything like that. Just go watch those other videos. Go watch them. I even said in one of those other videos that I hate how this conversat ion is always linked together. And that's true. That's why I actually appreciate what Nick said here, where he pointed out that they said the same thing about Patrick Mahomes, that the blueprint was out on him, that he'd been figured out. We do that with every single quarterback. Every single one. We do it with every quarterback after a certain point. And that's what I even said in my own video about how teams might move on from Lamar, whatever that take was. I said they do that with everyone. They moved on from Tom Brady, right? They moved on from Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning. They always move on. So that conversation isn't unique to Lamar. So just lower the temperature. Just bring it down, okay? Just bring it down. Because again, like I said, that interview itself was just all over the place. And I don't think you figured out Lamar necessarily. Have teams found ways to hurt Lamar and hurt Josh Allen? And by hurt, I mean make them less effective, not physically injure them. Absolutely. Just like you can do that with any quarterback. Every single one. So at the end of the day, as much as people keep trying to pretend it doesn't exist, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. That's what this ultimately gets down to. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. And it's just absurd that this continues to be a controversial statement. I mean, Nick Wright even openly admits that the single most dangerous play in all of football is just Josh Allen with the ball in space. He says, that is the most dangerous thing. He doesn't say that about Mahomes. And we all know how much Nick loves Mahomes. But even he says the most dangerous thing in the NFL right now is Josh Allen with the ball and room to run. What's he about to do there? Is he going to throw? Is he going to take off? Is he going to run someone over? Like, what is he about to do? And this has nothing to do with being unable to win a Super Bowl or this or that, or oh, he turned the ball over against the Denver Broncos. Okay, sure. And that's what always feels so absurd to me about these discussions, because you can see the confusion and the disingenuousness of it all. Someone will say, Josh Allen can't get over the hump, he can't win big games, he turns the ball over. And then you say, okay, well, Lamar Jackson has multiple turnovers and multiple playoff losses. Right? Like, what are we even talking about here? So it just doesn't make sense. And look, Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, and he's not better than Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. That's just a fact. And I love Sam. I praised him, defended him, was on board with him before he broke out with the Minnesota Vikings. But he's not better than Josh Allen. He's not better than Lamar Jackson. That's an indisputable fact. He's a Super Bowl winner. He's a Super Bowl champion. And if his running back hadn't had such a huge game, Sam would have been Super Bowl MVP, too. So we can't just go by championships. We simply cannot rely on that alone. So I feel like the real heart of the conversation is that Josh Allen is more dangerous and more resilient to how a game unfolds and to defensive game plans. That's not to say the league has figured out Lamar, or that Lamar won't be able to score touchdowns anymore. Like Brubaker was going through all the stats and saying, yeah, that's all well and good, but who really cares at this moment? It really comes down to when it matters most in certain games. And we've seen Josh Allen turn into Superman in ways that we simply don't see at the same rate with Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, etc. I mean, think about that 6-touchdown game. Or even just last season alone, the things Josh Allen had to do against the Ravens, against the Buccaneers. 2 years ago against the Rams. Some of the moments Josh Allen has had throughout his career are just so insane. And that doesn't mean it takes anything away from what Lamar has done or what Mahomes has done. That's not what this is. That's not the point. But what Josh Allen has done, it's just different. I mean, it really is. It's just different. Just look at his games against the Buccaneers, against the Bengals, against the Ravens. Just look at those games from last season. Just watch them. Sure, you can point to games where he wasn't perfect. What about against the Falcons? Okay, so he lost a game and wasn't great in it. He wasn't flawless. Got it. I'm not telling you Josh Allen is perfect every single game and Neve are responsible for anything bad happening to the Buffalo Bills. But he is the best quarterback in the NFL. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. And right now, more offensive players would rather be playing with Josh Allen than anyone else. People on offense want to be with Josh. And as for defenses, you could say, well, Matthew Stafford was the MVP. I promise you, defensive players would rather face Matthew Stafford or Drake May than Josh Allen. I promise you that. Those two are MVP candidates, and yet defenses would choose to go up against Stafford or May over Josh Allen any day of the week. I know that in my core. I mean, Spags has essentially come out and said, I'm exhausted by having to try to stop Josh Allen. Even when Spags dials up a perfect pressure on a must-have play in the AFC Championship game, Josh Allen still makes an unbelievable play with an unbelievable throw and puts his team in position to convert the down and go on to win, until his teammate drops the ball. Spags knows that. Spags understands that. The Kansas City Chiefs understand it. I bet Patrick Mahomes understands it, too. It seemed like everyone understood it except for random fans and apparently Nick Wright, who said Mahomes would have done an even better job in that moment, only for Mahomes not to do a better job in that same situation against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a different story. That's another topic. But I think it's okay. It's okay for all of us to just admit this. Let's try some thing right now. Let's see if we can do this. It's April. There are no stakes at the moment. Let's just try. Leave a comment saying, I know Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. I believe Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Just see if you can type that comment. See if we can all just accept that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. That doesn't mean he's won the most Super Bowls. It doesn't mean he has the best resume. It doesn't mean he has the greatest legacy. he's simply the best quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen in 2026 is playing as the best quarterback in the NFL. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. I had another conversation in the comment section because this always comes up. I was talking with JCT, and someone said, no, Patrick Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the NFL. And I said, no, he's not. He has the best resume right now. He has the best legacy. He's had the better career. Undeniably. Undeniably. But in 2026, Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford, Drake May. The list goes on. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm telling you, if you say it, it'll be okay. It'll be fine to admit it. And honestly, I think you'll enjoy watching his game so much more. I wasted a lot of years saying, LeBron James isn't that good. He'll never be better than MJ. I wasted too many years with that mindset. I wasted too many years watching LeBron James be great, doing otherworldly things, and just shrugging like, whatever. Oh, that was a foul. I wasted too much time doing that. I'm lucky I didn't do that with Steph. I'm lucky I'm not doing that with Wembanyama. I'm lucky I'm not doing that because I tell myself, no, no. I'm witnessing greatness. I'm witnessing greatness. And Josh Allen's greatness does not take away from Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. It doesn't take away from anyone. It's just a simple acknowledgement that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen can do every single thing that any other quarterback can do. But they cannot do everything that Josh Allen can do. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you all think about Josh Allen? Has the league not figured out Josh Allen? And they have figured out Lamar? Let's see if we can have this conversation in the comment section. And let me know if you can make that comment, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get into some discussions. Let's get into some debates. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here. I'd absolutely love to see you be part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connect. Ted too. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing that. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.